What's up, guys? So I've been getting asked to do a demo on how to properly melt down the King's Drip. So I'm going to show you a way that I found that was easiest for me. I forgot to really just share this because it's probably some people may think it's excessive, but what I found the easiest thing to do is I have a glass Pyrex measuring cup. And I fill this up with water, well, probably to about the 2-cup mark on here. And I sit my bottle inside of, and I'll peel the label off this already, but I sit my bottle inside of some water. I put it in the microwave, and I melt it on 30 seconds. So what's happening is the warm water itself is going to heat up from the heat of the microwave. So instead of it heating up the bottle and the bottle may overheat, it's actually just heating up the water, and the water surrounding the bottle will keep the bottle warm enough to where it's not hot for just a few seconds and you got to keep putting it back in there. So as I'm using it now, when I'm not using it, I can put it back into my water, all right? So just to test it out, to make sure that it's warm enough, be careful because the water itself is going to be hot. So I always just keep me a little paper towel and just test it to see if it's going to run on the paper towel, which it does, all right? So now I find my space that I want to drip in on my cake, and I can just add the drip on there. Okay. And it comes out flowing as it should. So it flows evenly down the cake. And you can place it where you want to. All right. Now, I would say definitely make sure that your cake is really chilled or frozen, because the drips tend to flow better on a frozen cake, because you can kind of control where the drips actually stop it. Like I got mine, I had a little bit of condensation on mine, but for the most part, I can go around the cake and control the drip flow easily. And remember, you can reuse these bottles. And I only want them in certain spots, so I don't want to go all the way around the cake anyway. So what you end up having is, and I have a small spot just at the bottom where I'll just take my knife and I can just take it out because it's going to harden up a little bit, and you can just take that little piece off. Easily fix that little mistake. All right, so then when I'm not using it, I'll put it back in my water, because say you want to use the same drip on another cake. So now I have my drip on my cake here. I want to go back and now maybe I want to add a few drips on this side. And I want to make sure that my cake is also, you know, not too damp, you know, or where the condensation is started it. And that's going to happen. You can't control science. So if you have condensation on your cakes, don't feel like that you've done something wrong or you're not a good cake artist, because it happens to all of us. It's just a part of science. You can't help it. Now, what you can do to kind of combat the condensation a little bit is add your cake to your box that you're going to put it in, and put the box in the refrigerator. That way you'll actually have most of the moisture that comes from the cake will go into the box itself, all right? So I just added in a few more, and I think that's about what I want right there. All right, so that's how you use the drip, King's Drip. I'm holding the gold. This is the new King's, the gold. A lot of y'all been asking me, inboxing me, and emailing me, when is the gold coming back? All of the drips are going to be restocked this month. You know, I never really give a date out on the exact date. I just like to drop things. I'm like kind of like Beyonce. So, but be on the lookout. There'll be new colors being added. There's some yellows, some oranges, some candy apple greens, some different things. But anyway, this is how you use the King's Drip. Hopefully that shows you guys something to clear up a little confusion. Thank you guys again for all the support. Can't wait to see what you do with it.